What's up guys, Dave here. Let's take a look at what we expect from Microsoft's E3 conference. So let's clear the white elephant in the room. First party exclusives. They are the main selling points of a console and is exactly what drives sales. Microsoft has realised this and it's let peeps down for the last couple of years, and it hasn't had any good games that are to the calibre of some of the PlayStation games such as the God of War that was recently released or last year's Horizon Dawn. Two fantastic games. So will this be the year when they turn it all around? Are they actually going to start focusing on first party games? Now if Microsoft are smart guys, then they would have spent the entire of last year and this year working on possibly the next Halo game or the Gears of War game. The last two games in these franchises, they were well below par, but they've been absent for a couple of years now, and any news about these games, even if they're late 2019 releases, would be well received by gamers, especially Xbox gamers. I wouldn't be surprised if they announced another Halo Wars game, or possibly a game along the lines of Halo Spartan, just something out there to keep gamers coming back to the Xbox and actually try and drive sales for the console. First party games are really important when it comes to pushing sales of your console. Now they do actually have a trump card up their sleeve, but so far they've been reluctant to play it. They own the rights to the Fable franchise, and apart from a heavily criticised cancellation of Fable Legends, which they had been working on for an absolute age, we haven't heard anything else. Now the Xbox community, it will go absolutely batshit crazy if they announced a new Fable game, even if it wasn't a fully fledged Fable game. Just the name Fable alone will get gamers excited. Now we have recently heard some rumours doing the rounds about a potential Perfect Dark game. We haven't seen a Perfect Dark game since the early Xbox 360. Now we did have Rare Replay come out on the Xbox One, which had the original Perfect Dark in it, but apart from that we've heard nothing else. So if we did have another Perfect Dark game, it would be a little bit out there because the last one to come out wasn't particularly well received. It's neither here nor there really, it was all over the show. Now the company that produced it, Rare, now they've been balls deep into Sea of Thieves, and there's a plethora of DLC coming out on that, so I can't really see them producing the game. So maybe there's a separate team that's going to be on it. Now apart from that, I can't see a lot of else happening. We know Crackdown 3 has been pushed back yet again. Scalebound, one of the highly hyped AAA games, has been cancelled. So what else is there? They might throw out a smaller title like Super Lucky Tales or maybe Cuphead, but that's about it really, and they're not really games that are going to drive sales of their console. So what about games that we actually know about, games that they are going to be bringing out? So we know they're definitely going to talk about the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, which is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. If you didn't play the original Ori, then you need to go out there and download it right away, because it is an awesome little game. It's a little platformer where you play as this little, he's like this little futuristic animal space alien thing, and he just bounces around. He's got all these cool moves to do. It's this little platformer with puzzles to work out. It's really cool. It's got fantastic visuals throughout, and I highly recommend picking it up. Now, so they're going to be talking about Ori and the Will of the Wisps. They did reveal this last year at E3 2017, so we expect there to be even more information and some new trailers for it at this one. The next game in the Forza series would definitely be announced, and going by how they usually do it, one year they do the normal Forza and then they do a Forza Horizon. So this year around it should be Forza Horizon 4. Now last time round they went to Australia, so who knows where they go now. It could be somewhere interesting. Hopefully they don't go somewhere pretty arid like that. Like, you know, they probably end up in Africa or somewhere like that because it's easy to do, but would prefer to go to a country that's got some like lush jungles to drive down around, or different architecture that we're used to than just plain old boring Western architecture. Now, going by what Turn 10 usually does, they always create outstanding visuals, and their games, the driving mechanics are peerless. There's almost no one out there that can do what these guys can do. So it doesn't really matter where they put the game, it's going to be brilliant. They're always really good, they're good fun, and if you're a racing car game enthusiast, you're definitely going to pick this one up. We will no doubt see a lot of DLC announced. It'd be for the recently released State of Decay 2, which came out a couple of weeks ago. It's had some glitchy problems so far. There's been issues with the game, but from what I've heard, it's a pretty fun game to play. So no doubt they're going to release a new update for that just beforehand, and they'll fill us in with loads of DLC to try and encourage us to go and pick up the Game Pass. It does look like a good game. I will pick it up at some point, but you know, when I get the Game Pass, rather than going out and buying it right away. We also see the up and coming DLC for Sea of Thieves. They recently just released an update, a huge update for the game to add more content. It's a really cool game to play. You can get to sail the seas. It's got literally the most beautiful water you will ever see in a game. It's fantastic. You need to pick it up. It's good fun with your friends. And if you go and grab a Game Pass, you can play both of these games for, it's either £8 or $10. You get a month's access. You might as well. They're two really good games. Now we know they're going to show off a hell of a lot of third-party games like they did last year, so expect them to heavily lean on Battlefield 5, as they apparently have signed a marketing deal with EA and Battlefield 5 for the next release. Now DICE's World War II game is going to be a huge first-person shooter game. It's the first time in ages they've gone back to World War II, and if it's anything like the last one they released, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. They always knock their Battlefield games just out of the park. We also have confirmed news that they will feature BioWare's Anthem, a hugely anticipated game. However, we've heard a lot of negative information coming from around the team recently, so hopefully this can put a little bit more positivity into the development. And as well as that, they're going to lean heavily on the Assassin's Creed game, the next one in the franchise, Odyssey. They'll also be showing off the highly anticipated Fallout 76, which was announced a couple of weeks ago, and it's been in the papers, the media, YouTube non-stop since then. So they're going to give us a little bit more detail into that, because we know it's probably going to be an online game, but we don't know anything at the moment. So hardware wise, we'll see them fully launch the new Xbox controller that's been designed for gamers with certain disabilities. This is a huge step forward for the gaming community. It's allowing us to become more inclusive and have even more people enjoying the beauty of video games. There'll likely be another tech demo for the HoloLens. We haven't heard about this that much over the last couple of years, but no doubt we'll be given more details, and I expect a minimum of a tech demo. They seem to be moving away from VR and augmented reality, so they probably aren't going to give us any release dates or price points or anything like that, but it's a little bit of cool tech just to show off, just to create a little bit of hype. We will no doubt see a big hard push for their monthly subscription service, the Game Pass. I expect to see a couple of high profile games added. I would not be surprised if they announced that new sim game that's about to come out called Jurassic World Evolution, as they've already had the previous game, Frontier Zoo Tycoon, that's in the Game Pass, as well as other sim type games such as Farm Simulator and City Skylines. Is a really good place for sim games at the moment. But this might just be wishful thinking on my end. They probably won't put it in right away, but I expect them to really try and hard sell this, and the only way to hard sell it is to put a couple of more games in there. They will no doubt announce once again that Forza will be going directly into it, and any other first party games. They don't have a lot of them, but picking up Forza for £8 for 1 month is pretty cool. But if they can get more games in there, they can encourage gamers to actually pay for it all year round rather than picking it up in the odd month when they see a game they want to play. So Xbox are being tightly lipped this year about what to expect at their E3 conference, so it's really hard to judge exactly what they're going to do. I hope it means that they've got some really secret goodies that they're just waiting to unveil and impress all the gamers. They're going to let the cat out of the bag, rather than carrying around an empty bag with no cat in it and just hoping no one notices. Hopefully they do have something to come out so they can actually start competing with the PS4 when it comes to software, because hardware, they're currently blowing them out of the water, but they need some more content to drive sales and actually push the Xbox to where it actually belongs, which is top of the pile. So I hope you liked the videos, guys, and I hope you enjoy E3. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to receive future notifications of any videos I do. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.